everyone, this is Cassidy's son with Kindled, and today I wanted to share with you Ecclesiastes chapter 11. We're just going to go over a few verses. So the title is The Uncertainties of Life. We all know that life is uncertain, life is unpredictable, but this doesn't mean that we shouldn't do anything or just let life pass us by. We should still take action and make plans. So I'm just going to read verses 1 through 6. And I like these verses because it's really good from, I would even say from like a business perspective when it comes to investments as well, but also just to encourage you to take a leap of faith and just to be obedient and do what you feel God is calling you to do, because circumstances will never be perfect. So verse 1 says, "Send your grain across the seas, and in time profits will flow back to you." Life is uncertain, but what I can tell you from experience is the more you give, when you're generous and you give, more comes back to you, more blessings. So that's just one key thing I took from that verse. Verse 2 says, "But divide your investments among many places." I just thought of like mutual funds, but "for you do not know what risks might lie ahead." It's like a lot of people now talk about diversifying your income. A lot of things are unpredictable, but if you diversify your income, there is a higher chance of for you to be profitable. Verse 3 says, "When clouds are heavy, the rains come down. Whether a tree falls north or south, it stays where it falls." Life is unpredictable. Verse 4, this is my favorite one. "Farmers who wait for perfect weather never plant. If they watch every cloud, they never harvest. Just as you cannot understand the path of the wind or the mystery of a tiny baby growing in its mother's womb, so you cannot understand the activity of God who does all things. Plant your seed in the morning and keep busy all afternoon, for you don't know if profit will come from one activity or another, or maybe both." So going back to verse 4, which is my favorite, it says, "Farmers who wait for perfect weather never plant." And I feel like a lot of us get stuck here because we try to wait for all the perfect conditions before we do something or take a leap of faith, or we just try to do anything. A lot of times we don't even take a chance because we're waiting for all the circumstances to be perfect. And let me tell you, life will never be perfect. So I wanted to break this part down in 3 different sections. First, and the most important, is your spiritual life. When we decide we want to spend more time with God, trust me, everything will get in the way, from you studying Bible or whatever it may be. Just know that there's never going to be a perfect time. You have to really decide, okay, if this is what I want to do and spend more time with God, then I should do it. The same with wanting to serve at a church. There's no such thing as a perfect church. So you can't wait for the perfect circumstances to spend time with God or reading the Bible or serving. The circumstances won't be perfect. So you just need to take that step of faith. Secondly, it could be maybe some goals or dreams you have, and maybe some of you might feel like you're feeling a tug to go back to school or change careers or whatever it may be. Of course, use wisdom in every decision you make, but know that there won't be the perfect circumstances in order to do so. And third, just know that if God is calling you to do something, if you're feeling something from God, and this is one of those seasons where God is telling you to do something by faith, despite what people are saying, despite what people are thinking, despite what you are thinking, despite thinking that you don't have the resources or the means or the strength or the capabilities. Just know that you need to take a step of faith. You're not going to have all the answers. You're not going to know the future, but you have to take that leap of faith, especially if you feel like God's leading you. And just know that life is uncertain and we may not know what's happening. We might not even trust ourselves, but we can trust God. God is certain and we can trust Him. We just do our best and let Him take care of the rest.